This is a podcast from the United Nations Development Program. Roster Consolidation Part 2, November 2019.
Hello, this is Lea Zuric, the facilitator for the UNDP Community of Practice Crisis Prevention and Resilience. This is part 2 of our podcast on the consolidation of rosters. I am here today to speak with Saumik, Crisis Response Deployment Specialist and Project Manager for the roster consolidation. Hi Saumik, thank you for taking the time to speak to us about the consolidation of technical rosters in UNDP. In this second part, we are especially keen to learn what the launch of the new GPN Express roster will mean for the experts that are currently on one or multiple of UNDP's consultant rosters. Could you tell us a bit about the ongoing process and the objectives behind it?
Hi, Leah. Thanks for organizing this podcast. Yes, as part of the consolidation of rosters, what we really want to do is make sure that all our consultants that currently sit on multiple platforms and multiple rosters are actually pooled into one unified platform. Right now, consultants who often sit on different rosters are contacted by different people in UNDP asking for their availability for assignments, and it sort of seems that we are a little bit uncoordinated. So what we want to do is make sure that all consultants sit on one platform so that the organization as a whole knows their availability, their interests, their fee, etc., so that consultants don't feel that they have to be part of multiple rosters, have to register in multiple places, and talk to different people in the organization for a particular assignment.
Are all the experts that are currently on any of the UNDP rosters automatically included into the new platform?
Yes, that's the idea. So if you are already a consultant that's sitting on a UNDP roster, you will become part of this larger consolidated deployment mechanism, which we're going to call the GPN Express deployment mechanism. For example, you could be a consultant who's sitting on the Express roster, or you could be a consultant that's sitting on the JEF roster, or the Health roster, or a roster in Panama, or a roster in Bangkok. The idea is to pool all of these consultants under one platform so that they're available for deployment to country offices through a unified deployment mechanism.
Thank you, Saumik. Given the high number of consultants that are already on our multiple rosters, I think it's over 5,000 in total, I was wondering what this process means for experts that would like to work with UNDP but have not yet been admitted to any of our rosters. Will the new roster be closed for a while, or will there be a chance for consultants to apply to the new roster at some stage of this process?
That's actually a very good question. So the first thing I really want to say to our consultants who are currently on the rosters, do bear with us. There will be some teething problems as we progress with this consolidation of rosters. You will probably receive a few more emails than you're used to, but we do need your help as well as we try to consolidate these rosters. So there will be no real change in the process. You will still be contacted for assignments, but hopefully you will not be contacted for assignments by multiple different people in the organization. So once again, bear with us as we progress with this, and we will need your help as we try and pool all of your information into one platform. For new consultants, one of the good things about the Express roster and now the GPN Express roster is that we continue to add consultants as we go on. So yes, we will continue to add consultants in an ad hoc manner, but we will also continue to do global calls and seek new expertise, because as we expand to this new roster, we will also look to fill profiles and technical areas for which we currently don't have expertise. So there is opportunities for new consultants to be part of this expanded GPN Express roster.
At the moment, vacancies are advertised mainly through Twitter. Will that change in the future? Or what kind of other media will be used to communicate with existing and future UNDP consultants?
Again, a very good question. We actually use Twitter as kind of a closed group to keep existing consultants on our rosters, primarily Express for now, but going forward for all the rosters, keep them informed about assignments, about opportunities, about what other consultants are doing. The way we want to target new expertise is actually quite interesting. We want to target them through traditional means, such as advertising on online portals, on sort of more old school news mediums, but we're also leveraging LinkedIn, and we're also leveraging what we're calling online sourcing tools by which we can target expertise. LinkedIn, Indeed, we will sort of try and leverage all of these systems that exist online to try and identify new expertise.
Now that we have talked about recruitment procedures for a bit, let us also talk about the financial aspects. What kind of process is foreseen for the GPN Express roster? Will there be a fixed daily fee, or can consultants submit financial proposals for each assignment?
Currently, under most of our rosters, including the Express rosters, consultants have already provided a fee. So the way we look at it is this fee is kind of an average fee that they charge. So for some assignments, they could charge a little less. For some assignments, they could charge a little bit more. But for example, if your fee in the system is 500, we expect your the cost of your assignment to be based around that figure. Obviously, if you suddenly want $700 for that assignment per day, that's not going to happen. So we will, make sure that we have your most recent fee on the system, whether it's 500, whether it's 700. We will also have a mechanism in which you can update your fee every year or every 2 years, as cost of living goes up or other changes happen. So, and that's actually one of the advantages. That way, when a country office is looking for a consultant and they already have a fixed budget, they have a good idea of what consultant they can actually afford.
What kind of performance review process is planned for the new roster? Will the country offices have the chance to rate the consultant's performance, and will there also be some form of feedback mechanism for the experts?
Yes, of course. It's very important to make sure that our roster is filled with really high quality expertise. And in my experience with the Express roster, we've noticed that about 95 to 96% of the assignments produce a positive evaluation. So that goes to show that our process of identifying expertise is pretty good. Going forward, we will continue to ask country offices to provide formal feedback of the assignments. Yes, we do record this, and we will also try and institute a mechanism by which we can actually provide feedback to the consultants on a particular assignment so that they're also aware of some of the areas where they could improve on. For example, some consultants are very, very good technically, but may need a little bit more work on their interpersonal skills. So some of this positive feedback, I think, will actually help the consultants also perform better in the assignments going forward.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that was very informative, and I hope that many of our consultants are going to listen into that. One last question. Could you maybe tell us a little bit what kind of overall benefits are you expecting from this roster consolidation?
Yes, of course. And before I jump into that, I would like to let any new consultant or existing consultants know that our LinkedIn page is called the GPN Express, EXPRES. Please go there and you can see the kind of work we're doing. You can register your interest to apply on the roster. If you're already an existing roster member, you can go to our Twitter page, which is also GPN Express, EXPRES, to actually register so that you can follow what other consultants are working on. In terms of the benefits, I foresee immense benefits both for the organization and for the consultants. For the organization, just the ability to have a pool of experts that sit in one place where they're vetted, where we know their fee, where we have a good idea of their availability, and we have their updated CVs or P11s is enormously beneficial to country offices when they're looking for expertise, especially in a time efficient manner. For consultants, they won't have to register on multiple places. They won't have to talk to multiple people. There will be a unified platform on which they sit. So their kind of back-end work to be part of UNDP processes will also go down. And hopefully this will kind of motivate them further to continue to update their information on one platform rather than have to do it on multiple platforms.
Thank you so much, Saumik. One more question. When will the consultants hear from you, and when will they need to be ready to submit updated CVs and P11s?
For the Express consultants who will now become GPN Express consultants, we try and do a GPN Express newsletter 2 or 3 times a year. We email it to them and we also post it on the LinkedIn page, on the Twitter page. So this will be the main form of communication, or rather the main form of mass communication to our consultants that are already part of our rosters, to kind of let them know how we're progressing, what they need to do, what changes are happening. So that will be our main communication material. So please do look out for the GPN Express newsletter.